Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
God is beautiful. And I'm so grateful to God for the privilege of being here again. This morning, I want to thank God's servant, Pastor Femi, Pastor Florence, for having us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Lord continually increase you. In the name of Jesus. Amen. This is a great church. This is a powerful church. I was telling my husband this morning, this is a quality church.
Woo!
I promise you, Pastor Femi, Bishop will come here. Before the end of this year. Start preparing between September and October. Amen. Very good people.
Hallelujah.
God's servants. Good people. I want to thank God for our daddy and mommy. Thank you so much for being examples in the faith. I appreciate you. I'm so honored that I should be sitting one day. Thank you so much. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
I just want to share my heart with you this morning as we conclude this conference. No more barrenness in the land.
Amen.
When there is no barrenness in the lives of the people, it will affect the land. And I trust God that as each and every one of you receives from God today in this service, in your various locations, fruitfulness will begin to spread. In the name of Jesus.
Amen.
I want to speak to you this morning on the blessing. The blessing. The blessing. I want you to understand that it is the blessing that terminates barrenness in the land or in homes or in the lives of people. It is when the blessing of God comes upon a man's life or a situation that barrenness dissolves and scatters. And as the Lord God of Israel liveth, the blessing will come upon your lives today. In the name of Jesus. And your amen is very bad. In the realm of the spirit, there is no neutrality. It's either you are being divinely supported or demonically resisted. There's no neutrality. You cannot say what's gonna be, gonna be. It doesn't matter. No. There are forces that have made up their minds to stop people from rising, from prospering in ministry, in marriages, as individuals. The devil is not your well-wisher at all. He hates you with perfect hatred. But thanks be to God who causes us to have victory in Christ Jesus. We're not magnifying the devil, not at all, but we are spiritually sensible enough to know that we should put certain things in place to help the blessing in getting to us. When we talk about the blessing, as we look at the scriptures, we realize that the first pronouncement that God made on human being or on humanity in Genesis chapter 1, beginning from verse 26 to 28, is not barrenness, it's not curses, it's not limitation, it's not inhibition. When God created you, He did not intend to waste you. No, He made you with a purpose in mind, and He made you with blessing in mind. And God said, let us make man in our image. Genesis chapter 1 verse 26. After our likeness. Is God blessed? Yes. Is God honorable? Yes. Is God fruitful? Yes. From one person that He made thousands of years ago, we have over 11 billion people that have lived on this earth. Over 6 billion are dead. almost 7 billion are still in existence. God is fruitful. Let us make man in our image. So every time you look at yourself in the mirror, you are God's look-alike. Do not allow anybody to make you feel small. Any relationship where you are not loved and honored and celebrated, walk away. That's why you have your two legs. Walk away from such relationships. Do not allow anybody to make you feel that you are small, you are an entity. No, you may not be where you ought to be yet, but you are not where you used to be.
Amen.
Therefore, do not allow anybody to demean you. You are a creation of value. You are a creation of worth. God likes you. God believes in you. And God's intention is that you be blessed, not barren. Amen. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowl of the air, over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing. So God created man, verse 27, in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them. Now listen, women, until you arrived, the blessing was not pronounced. Male and female created he them. So that you're a woman does not mean you're inferior. You're a second-class citizen. In fact, let me tell you this. Everything God forgot when he created the man, he put in the woman. The breast, the womb. You are a womb man. Womb man. So you're not an afterthought. And you know the way you treat and handle your last one. When God created, or after God created the animals, he put a colon. After he created the birds and what have you, he put a semicolon. After he created the man, he put a comma. But after he created the woman, he put a full stop. He stopped creating. He stepped back and he gave man the dominion to start adding value to life. Just trying to drive home the fact that you are special, you are extraordinary, you are important. Every item, even the hair on your head is not counted, it is numbered. Number 7,304. You comb your hair and it falls. Heaven notices that number 9,118 just dropped. Everything about you is important. Walk with your shoulders high. Don't be proud, but please refuse to be bound.
Amen.
Amen.
When God began to relate to human beings, and they began to have pastors and priests and what have you, in Numbers chapter 6, he said, when you want to close the service, or when the people gather, or when you need to speak to them, before they go to their homes, this is what you should say to them. Numbers chapter 6 from verse 22. And the Lord spoke unto Moses, saying, speak unto Aaron and unto his sons, saying, on this wise you shall bless the children of Israel. Saying unto them, and let the spiritual Israelites, the Lord bless thee.
Amen.
And keep thee.
Amen.
One day God said to me, I am the blesser and the keeper. It is what he blesses that he keeps.
Oh my.
The Lord make his face shine upon thee.
Amen.
And be gracious unto thee.
Amen.
The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. He shall put my name upon the children of Israel and will bless them. In the realm of the spirit, there is no neutrality. It's either you are enjoying divine assistance or demonic opposition. You can't be neutral. You can't say, I don't believe in God, and that's it. No. Something is working. There's a force working against your life. It's going to be apparent very soon. There is no neutrality in life. You either belong to God or not. And it is the blessing that marks you out. The blessing of God that simplifies your life. So when they talk about barrenness, it will not even affect you. When they talk about whatever, anything negative, because the blessing swallows up curses. The blessing swallows up barrenness. Barrenness is a curse. Any form of barrenness. I told you yesterday, barrenness means limitation, inhibition. Anything that makes you eat what you see, not what you like. That makes you drive what you don't really like, that makes you do a job that you are not really pleased with. Whatever demeans you, whatever diminishes you, whatever makes you feel that you are not up to it, is a curse. And that's why we're here today, to bring the divine dimension, which is the blessing from God upon your life. As you walk out of this sanctuary today, your life will assume a new status. Let me analyze a few things to you, and then I'll explain to you what the blessing is. How do you know that there is a form of barrenness in your life? Number one, when there is delay in achievement. You notice that in your life, things always slow down. You don't make it on time. Good things do not happen to you on time. It's a form of barrenness. It can be in the land, it can be in the church, it can be in a home, it can be anywhere. When you look at your life, when you look at that person's life, and you notice delay in achievement, it's a form of barrenness. The devil does three major things to people's destinies and people's lives. Number one, he delays. Number two, he can divert. Number three, he can destroy. John chapter 10 and verse number 10. The thief cometh not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. When the devil ensures that certain things, for instance, you want to be married, but somehow, it does not allow you to be married until you are 53. When will you start having your kids and you really want to be married? When will you start having your kids? When will the kids graduate from college? When will they be able to take care of you? You see delay because of your future. So by the time the kids are ready to take a good care of you, to buy you a good Mercedes-Benz car, you are too old to enjoy it. Yes, please. Switch on the air conditioner. It didn't begin that day. It was delayed. So when you notice spiritual traffic jam, spiritual go slow, delay, you write an exam 5 times before you pass. It affects, it reflects in your tomorrow. Yes, all of us may not get married early, you know, and all that. I got married when I was about 22. I had all my kids before I was 30. Yes, you may not be that, and I'm happy because I'm 55. I have 6 grandchildren now. I like that kind of life. Everything sharp. I have time to serve God. To serve God, it's better than be late.
Oh, God.
It's better. So God's grace upon my life this morning is here to clear traffic jam and to push you to your destiny. Delay is a terrible thing. There are people that, you know, before they must struggle, something must happen just to make sure that they are delayed. The blessing is here. Amen. The second thing that can express this barrenness that we're talking about is disfavor. Number one is delay. I'm talking about the blessing this morning. The second one is disfavor. When the dog that used to see you and wag its tail begins to see you and bark, something is wrong. When your husband or your fiancé or fiancée that used to be excited about you becomes funny. There are people that in the spirit realm, they wear the garment of disfavor. Everywhere they get to, doors close. Before immigration officers, before interviewers, panel of interviewers, people that want to give them good jobs. Once they step, one man said to me, I am not a deliverance minister. Come out, what's your name? Jalingo. No, I'm not that. But excuse me, I have enough spiritual sense to know that spiritual warfare is real. Very real. If you don't believe in it, you are daydreaming. Better go back to bed. Ephesians chapter 6 tells us, we do not wrestle against flesh and blood. Spiritual warfare is very real. We don't magnify the devil, but we explain the situation and then we provide and provide the solution. The blessing is the answer to barrenness. The blessing. When it comes upon your life, it becomes too difficult for the devil to handle.
Amen.
The blessing is coming upon your life. This young man went for an interview. The moment he got in, the man said to him, get out, you look like a beast. Spiritual things are very real.
Oh, man.
I was ministering one day and the Lord opened my eyes to see this young, beautiful lady. And I saw that she was wearing rags. And she had sores, smelly sores. I moved close to her to lay hands on her, and then she began to tell me that suitors will just come and it will be as if they are smelling something and they just leave. Thank God she's married now because the yoke has been destroyed. People, they look good on the outside, but in the spirit realm, a lot of terrible things have been placed upon their lives. Some of them are operating under curses. I don't have all the time, but there are things you do that bring a curse upon your life. For instance, when you don't treat your parents, biological and spiritual, very well, there are unspoken curses. Be careful. Don't dishonor your parents. I do not care how evil your parents are. Don't sow what you don't want to reap. My mother-in-law died at the age of 110, blessing me. One day she said to me, raise your right hand up. I did. She said, you have taken a good care of me as my daughter-in-law. She said, among your mates, in 70 times, 7 times and ways, you will be lifted.
Amen.
God heard that prayer. You think she didn't offend me? She did. I just chose not to sow what I don't want to reap. Some of you that are wives here, take a good care of your mothers-in-law. Snatch your mother-in-law from your husband and take a good care of her. If that woman did not labor to send your husband to school or to do whatever, you wouldn't have been able to marry that man. Not all mothers-in-law are witches. And if your own is one, that's why you're a Christian. Deliver her and enjoy her. Don't do things that will make you disrespect and dishonor your parents or your parents-in-law. It brings a curse and delay and disfavor upon a person. When last did you send a special gift to your parents? Some of you are mighty here in Utah. Some of you are from Africa. We get to your garage now, we have 3 good cars there, and your parents are in rags in Africa. Selling firewood. Your mother-in-law is wearing rags in Africa. And when they now die, you will kill 17 cows and bring the best of musicians and take people from America to go and celebrate parents that died in penury. Some blessings are not said, they are provoked.
Yep.
Yes.
I said this a lot. One day my father sent a message to me that I should send some money to him. I multiplied it by 10 and I sent it to him. The next time he saw me, he said, Pst Funke. I said, yes, Grandpa. He said, you can go. That was a blessing. As I turned to go, he said, come back. I came back. He said, do you know Abraham's blessings? I said, yes, sir. He said, from today, I connect you to it. Church, hear me. From that moment, money does not finish in my hand. Some blessings are not said, they are provoked. How do you treat your man of God or your woman of God? How do you treat servants of God that are in your circle? Do you dishonor them? Do you sow seeds into their lives? Do you allow servants of God to come your way and pass? Some of you say, pray for me, pray for me, pray for me. Everywhere you go for your conferences and all that without even. Did you hear what Saul said? The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 9. He said, what shall we take to the man? What shall we give this year? Some of you do not know that, like one of my great fathers of the faith, Apostle Obadari said in Africa, he said the most difficult work on earth is the work of a pastor. Very thankless. And some of you even make it difficult for us, we pastors' wives. You honor your pastors, but you dishonor your pastor's wife in what? Hello, pastor. I love you, daddy. You are the Elijah of our time. This is for you, sir. Then you see your pastor's wife, bless you. Because sometimes that woman is too beautiful. Or she's married to the man you will give anything to sleep with. Some of you don't even know that you cannot marry these pastors. You can't even live with them for 1 month. Because you have no idea what we cope with. All you know about them is the altar. You have no idea. You're not exposed to their weaknesses. You don't know that they are first men, then of God. And some of you are here. You're married. If somebody hugs your husband in a way, there's a way you look. But our husbands are public properties. Daddy. You hug us, you hug them. And we do not see anything. And yet you don't honor your pastor's wife. Oh. Christmas time, you will take drinks, rice, shirt, and tie. Nothing for your pastor's wife. Who will wear the shirt? Pastor. Who will wear the tie? Pastor. Eat the rice. Not one day that you will ever put a seed, a check, just $10 or $100 in the offering bucket for my pastor. Thank you for pastoring me well. No wonder your sweat is not sweet. You live for yourself alone. I mean myself. The trinity of the devil. You wonder why certain areas of your life are barren. Some prayers are not said, they are provoked. Provoke something. Don't dishonor the aged. Christianity does not cancel respect. We arrived yesterday at the airport. We were received, and I was introduced to an elderly woman. I went on my knees, the two. I'm an African girl. I went on my knees to greet her at the airport. Leave anointing aside. Anointing will never enter my head for me not to understand respect of the aged. And that woman started praying for me. That's what money cannot buy. If you're a teenager here, hear the next thing I'm about to say. Don't ever be rude to your mother on the phone. Don't ever cut the phone on your parents. It provokes curses. Honor thy father and mother, and it shall be well with thee, and thy day shall be prolonged. Dishonor them, and it shall not be well with thee, and thy day shall be cut short. Hello, mommy, I'm just upset with you. Heaven says, deduct 30 years from my life. It's scriptural. You become so anointed and then you become so pompous. You can't respect people. You talk to people anyhow. Even you talk to God anyhow. Oh God, that's not so sure. And God is asking me, what is it? Because you have become so pompous. How much do you have? Maybe what you think you have is some people's offering. Pride is a killer. Please be humble. Amen. Be humble. I said something yesterday and I want to repeat it. If you contributed to the tiling of the church, when you are walking on that tile, be careful. Because if you walk anyhow and you fall down, the tile will not remember that your money is in it. It will break your head, God forbid. That's pride. Walk gently. Be humble. So that blessings can come your way.
Amen.
Amen. Number 3, when your mates leave you behind. These are signs and signals, obvious signals that you need the blessing. Delay in achievement, disfavor. Number 3, when your mates leave you behind. Just notice that your mates always leave you behind. They've gone far. You graduated the same year, but they are far now. That yoke is being destroyed today. Amen. Number 4 is lack and debt. I know you live in a society of credit card. But please listen to me. No matter how poor a village is, you will still find money lenders there. Fingers may not be equal, but your own should not be the shortest. So, you don't need to base your life on debt. You can prosper, even in America. Amen. You can prosper and you will prosper. Amen. Success is within you. Yes. Call it forth. Yes. Yes. Number 5, attack on your health. So if you that are single, I want to pray one prayer for you. May you not marry battle that is wrapped up as blessing.
Amen. Amen.
It's a serious prayer. When the wife is always sick, if it's not headache today, it is leukemia tomorrow. If it's not this one, when somebody is sick, it's not actually the person that is sick. It is the family members that are sick. Because the person lies on the bed. It is the mother that is running here and there. It is the father that is, the sister, the cousin, everybody. And the devil has a way of attacking people's health. And sometimes, apart from spiritual attack, it can even be as a result of lack of wisdom. Please take a good care of yourself. You get to a certain age when you cannot do some things anymore. Now, I don't wake up in the night to pray. I am 55 years old. I have my 7-hour non-stop sleep. I've prayed. Gradually, I'm entering into the evening of my life. You can sit on the bed at 11 p.m. and be eating pounded yam. Pounded yam is a delicacy from Africa. You can be eating that every day and expect to live long. You can just sit down before your computer system all day long without taking a walk and expect to live long. The devil hates you, don't forget, but you need to apply wisdom in your life. Amen. Some people use their teeth to dig their grave. You eat everything, chewing-gum, chocolate, biscuit, this one, that one, not one leaf of salad. You don't drink enough water. You don't listen to your body. God forbid, if you die, life will stop for a few seconds and continue. If you are married, while you're sitting in the mud, your husband will eat. They will still watch TV in that house. With tears, say, what did you say happened to us? Oh, really? 3-1? Okay. Hello, yes, we lost her. We are trying to cope. Life continues. May you live long.
Amen.
If you have labored, please take a good care of yourself. Be happy. Choose to be happy. Yes. Life is too short to be unhappy. Amen. And it's been discovered that one of the causes of cancer in women is bitterness. Forgive people. Don't let anybody make your life a trash can. Amen. The person that offended you and you are keeping it in your mind is making love to her husband somewhere or at KFC, and here you are thinking and crying. Choose to be happy. Amen. When I turned 55 years ago, I decided to be forgiving people in advance. So before you offend, I'm forgiving you. I want to live long. I want to be the mother of my children. Be happy. Choose to be happy. What you don't have today, you will have it tomorrow. Sometimes my husband will say to me, let's go home. Let's close the office. If we finish the work today, what will we do tomorrow? Let's go. Please, I beg of you, be happy. It diffuses barrenness. In the true sense of it, some women don't have kids today because of this. You are so unhappy, you are so bitter. You can never attract what you attack. So you want a baby, celebrate with people that have babies. Attend their weddings. Sow seeds, give offering. They are dedicating their baby. You two come out, dance. Be happy. It takes 13 muscles of your face to smile. It takes 69 to frown.
Child.
So if you're always frowning your face, you're going to have wrinkles and you're going to age. Be happy. Can you just laugh? Do you notice that human beings want you to be sad? If you laugh, somehow now at 1 month, people say, are you okay? But if you start crying, they will gather. I'm so sorry. Can I help you? I'm so sorry. But if you are alive, they say, maybe you need psychiatric attention. Human beings. Choose to be happy. Get home after the service today. Pop! Why? Eat out. Be happy. Be excited about your life. It's too short for you to be sad. Whether you are married or not, it is not marriage that completes a man. As a single person, enjoy where you are on your way to where you are going. Singleness is not a sickness. That you are a widow does not mean that life has finished. The worst is behind you. That you are separated or divorced does not mean that you are the chiefest of sinners. No. Sometimes bad things happen to good people. Don't let anybody put any blame on you. It is your life. Choose to be happy. Celebrate yourself. Come on. Yourself. You have been celebrating other people. Yourself.
Hallelujah.
You won't believe it. Once in a while, I'm climbing the stairs in the house and I'm just patting myself on the back. Pst Funke, you are really trying. Girl, you are really working hard. If you do not say I am, nobody may say thou art. If you wait for people to applaud you, it may take long. Your husband has his own challenges too. Some causing problems there. Well, like, did you say I love you? If you don't say I love you, tell yourself I love myself. Look at yourself and say, I love you, girl.
I love myself.
Your husband will remember that he has not said that. Yes, you have not told me I love you, so I'm telling myself I love myself. Now, did you give yourself a treat? Go to the spa. Let them soak your body in the jacuzzi with seaweed. Let them give you a manicure and pedicure. Carry a magazine in your hand, not a Bible. Magazine. Enjoy your life. Take a deep breath in and out. Life is sweet. Depending on the cutlery you use to eat it. I can go on and on and on and on, but I want to really concentrate on the blessing in the remaining few minutes that I have. What is the blessing? Number one, it is a divine force. The blessing is a divine force. It comes from God. No matter how far the devil has gone, when the blessing comes, it can be stopped. Amen. It doesn't matter what anybody has said about you. It doesn't matter what you feel about you. When this divine force comes upon your life, the story changes. I prophesy to you today that the blessing will come upon you. Number two, it is the anointing that makes life easy. It just simplifies life. The blessing. When it comes upon your life, your 2 + 2 becomes 4. Amen. You too, you sit down sometimes and ask yourself, how did I get here? What just happened? And this blessing can be provoked. I'll share just 3 things with you when I'm closing on how to provoke the blessing. It is the anointing that makes life easy. Life doesn't have to be this tough. Whether you live in Africa, in Asia, in America, your life should be beyond explanation. Yes, get your salary, you deduct your tithe, you deduct everything, finished. There must be some divine dimension to your life. There must be some mysterious dimension to your life that cannot be explained scientifically. Some form of favors. You just look as I said, there may not be a noise, there may not be a bang, but God, you've been good. God, you've been good. You've really been good. With that dimension, be your experience from today. In the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. What is the blessing? It is divine endorsement. When heaven endorses you and says, this is my beloved, in whom I'm well pleased. So everywhere you get to, people just help you even when they don't like you. Right. Somehow, things just fall in place. And it affects your children, it affects your job, it affects your marriage, it affects everything about you. It's divine endorsement. What is the blessing? It is the revealed hand of God in the life of someone he likes. When God backs you up, he doesn't back out. It is the revealed hand of God in the life of someone he likes. This is funny, but let me share it. Many years ago, about 20 years or so, my husband and I went to the American embassy. When we got there, we were shocked because the queue, like a labyrinth, went on and on and on. I said, where Nigerians going? They're traveling to. And the story is even worse. The appointment is 11 o'clock. People are there at 3 a.m. Thank God for Dropbox now, so you don't need to appear. But that time we needed to go to the embassy. When we got there, I said to my husband, Jesus, Dad, what's this? Anyway, let's try. So we were relaxed. Suddenly, everybody was facing this way and that. Suddenly we had a noise. A megaphone was being used. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We turned just sideways and we saw this officer saying, we have decided today and we have been instructed to open this gate and not that gate. So everybody turn. People were murmuring, we can't go. He said, shh. I said to my husband, darling, because I was behind him, so he said I should come to you. I said, what's happened? He said, just get quiet. Just get quiet. The man opened the gate. And where's he? My husband came in. 2 other people came in. The man said, stop. He locked the gate. He said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so sorry to say that all of you have to come back on Monday. Today is Wednesday. Thursday and Friday have been declared public holiday in Nigeria. I apologize.
Oh my God.
So when we got inside, we saw that, in fact, there was no space to sit. The place was jammed. Did they come at 1 a.m.? But for our sake, it matters to turn. It doesn't matter who has overtaken you. God is changing the order. God is changing the order. Believe it. Don't envy anybody. My husband says to be served first, even though it won't go round. God is changing it. I have experienced miracles in my life. It's not because you can pray. I told you yesterday, the grace of God means the superior leading in the direction of the inferior.
That's right.
Divinity leading in the direction of humanity.
Yes, thank you.
God coming for you and through for you and in everything. Not because of you, but in spite of you. You may even be the chiefest of sinners. You don't even know how to pray. When God chooses you, he chooses you. You are his choice.
Amen.
What is the blessing? It is the mark of divine approval. David said, among my father's son, God liked me. Mark of divine approval. Mark of divine approval. I close by saying that you can provoke the blessing. Number 1, by being extravagantly grateful. Barrenness is over. I trust God.
Amen.
The blessing has come upon your life.
Amen.
For it to be sustained and to be consistently provoked, you must be a very grateful person. Very grateful. Heartily grateful. Grateful to God, grateful to human beings. Because God will be using people. Don't come late to church and miss praise worship. Only 3 things are important in every service. Most important in every service. Praise and worship. The word. And then seed time when you are giving. Don't go to a church where they don't tell you to give. to make you to be poor. Because financial prosperity is not a function of prayers.
Yes, function of giving.
Genesis 8:22, while the earth remained at seed, time, harvest, and life is not governed by miracles. How many times did Jesus say they should go and bring money from the fisherman? Only once. There are things you do to give you money. Paul may plant and Apollos may water. It's God that gives the increase. Don't miss praise and worship. Be fanatical. Dance before the Lord. 2 Samuel chapter 6. David was bringing the ark of the covenant. The man danced and danced and danced and danced. David was the only man in the Old Testament that operated in the three offices of a priest, a king, and a prophet. Saul tried it, he was dethroned. David was the one that wrote Psalm 22, prophesying about the Lord Jesus Christ. On the cross, my God, why have thou forsaken me? He wrote Psalm 23, talking about Jesus in the grave. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death? He wrote about Psalm 24, talking about Jesus after resurrection. Lift up your heads, all ye gates, and be ye lifted up, ye everlasting doors. He wore the linen ephod. He danced before the Lord. No matter what you become, please don't be psychedelic when it comes to God. Be grateful. Sing hymns in your house while you are driving, in your car. Put songs. Sing unto the Lord. Once in a while, hold your steer and say, Lord, I just want to say thank you. Amen. Let thank you to come out of your mouth regularly to the Lord. You're in your bathroom. In New York, you will not believe it. In New York, this man was going to have, it's not a story, it's someone I know. Or at least, I know his family very well. His son was still with me in Chicago. Whatever ago. This man was going to have his bath. He did not know that it was the hot water that he turned on. He jumped into the thing and got burned. And eventually died. Is that normal? Here you are, you step to the bath, you come out. Sometimes you fall, nobody at home. You say, oh my God, I fell. And then you stand up. You're still in church. And you're not grateful. Amen. You can lift your head to tie your headgear, to comb your hair, and you're not grateful. Amen. You're looking at what you don't have. What about the things you have? You're always looking at who is in the front. What about the many, the numbers that are behind you? You're always looking at the people that are flying first class and business class, or you're watching your economy. What about people that don't even have never even flown before? They've never seen the inside of an aircraft. Some don't even, some have never been to the airport. Some don't even have legs. And they're still grateful to God. Yes. Be grateful. Be very grateful. Count your blessings. Name them one by one. And it will surprise you what the Lord has done. The blessings that money cannot buy. That's right. The gift of a family. People that love you. People that are there for you. People you can call on the phone. That's a blessing. That's a huge blessing. A huge one. Who are you that somebody will call you mommy? With all that you have done before. Who are you that somebody will prepare a meal for you as a man and serve you and say, honey, and then you eat in your house. Go to the hospital. I have an orphanage in Africa. This is my 10th year. Children are brought to me in carrier bags. One was brought, I am not exaggerating, no liar will enter heaven. There were about 1,000 maggots and flies. I have an orphanage. I've admitted triplets in that place. Given birth to by mad, insane people. You see the mother, you don't even want to come near her and see the children. I named one of them after me, named the other one after my husband, 2 boys and 1 girl, triplets. Pst Funke, and then I gave favor to the third one. Thank you, Lord. I have them there. Now the government has approved, so we have started adoption. Incidentally, the first child that we gave up for adoption, He's now an American citizen.
Woo.
Amazing. Amazing. He's a boy. Come and see children. When I commissioned, by God's grace, that place was the governor of the state that came to commission, and Pastor Matthew Ashimolo and my husband. I brought everything from this America. Whatever dress my children cannot wear, no child will wear it in that orphanage. It's my commitment to them. Some use it to get money from. No, I don't have no sponsor. My sponsor is from above.
Amen.
The little that God has given to me is what I'm using to. But every time I go there, in case I have any challenge over my children, you hear me say things like this. Father, look at the way I treat these children. Remember, my children receive them. Be grateful. Be so very grateful. As a man, when last did you thank your wife? You think it's easy to have babies? CNN did a research. I watched it. And they said the most beautiful word in the English language is the word mother. No human word can explain to you what a woman goes through in pregnancy and in delivery. Some even lose their lives. That's why somebody like me has an orphanage. Because some women lost their lives. Pregnancy, delivery, no greater pain. And some men will still beat their wives. They will still abuse their wives. These children do not even bear the woman's name. When last did you wake your wife up at 2 a.m. just to thank her for her labors in the home? It's not easy. It's not easy at all. To come to nurse babies, sleepless nights, to feed them, to cook meals endlessly. I'm a grandmother, and now have realized that you don't even graduate. When you think your children are married and that's all, it's not all. You have just started. You have not started. If they are not at peace, if they don't have kids,